thelandofisrael.com and Israel National TV present Ari Abramowitz and Jeremy Gimpel. Live from the heart of Israel, it's Tuesday Night Live in Jerusalem.
Shalom, everybody, and welcome to Tuesday Night Live in Jerusalem. The only Israel-based Jewish television show broadcast to the entire world. I'm Jeremy Gimpel. This is Ari Abramowitz, and I think it's fair to say that both of us are pretty excited to start our second season. You know, tonight, all of us have gathered here on a mission. We've all come together, united. The nation of Israel is under attack, and once again, the Jewish people stand alone to defend our rights to live as a free people in our homeland. And tonight, as the best and brightest of the Jewish people defend our borders, we've come here tonight to defend them, as tonight's show is dedicated to all the Israeli soldiers who are risking their lives to protect ours.
To us, they're all heroes. To the international media, however, they're war criminals. You know, sometimes I feel like pulling out my hair, I get so angry and so upset. You know, for the 3 weeks before this war that we're fighting right now, Sderot, the South, innocent civilians were bombarded with over 400 rockets and missiles. They were living in fear and terror. They were maimed and wounded. And finally, when we do what any rational, sane country would do and defend ourselves, all of a sudden the UN and the EU, the whole world wakes up condemning us and condemning us and condemning us. You know, disproportionate. They always use the word disproportionate. They disproportionately use the word disproportionate. And the truth is, though, that none of that really matters. It doesn't matter to the soldiers down fighting this war what the world thinks. I know Jeremy and I were reservists. If this war keeps going, there's a good chance we'll be called up. And we're not going to care what the world says. What we care is what the Jewish people think. Our family, our nation, that's what matters. That's why we've come here tonight, to stand in solidarity, expressing our gratitude and our love and our prayers for every single IDF soldier down in Gaza.
You know, sometimes we forget. Sometimes we take Israel for granted. Sometimes we take our freedom for granted. What the world needs to understand is that the soldiers of the IDF aren't just protecting innocent Israeli civilians. They're protecting the entire world. What do I mean by that? Ahmadinejad, the Hamas, the Hezbollah. No one should be fooled to think that their appetite will be satiated by destroying Israel. Their vision is on global domination, and until they bring a reign of terror to the entire world, they're not going to stop. So every day that these brave Jewish boys and girls dress up in their army uniforms and lace their boots, and they go out to the front lines, they're not just defending us, they're defending you, and you need to know that. Now, while the international media is doing everything it can to destroy Israel's image, we're here tonight to share a very loud, very clear message. Israel is our homeland. It's always been our homeland. It will always be our homeland. And to all of those people that want to take our home away from us and send us back to the exile, well, we've already enjoyed the perks and benefits of living under Christian and Muslim rule. Thank you, but honestly, no thank you. After 2,000 years, the Jewish people have been wandering around the world. And now that we're back in our home in Jerusalem, let me make this very clear. We are never going to leave.
Now, who here agrees that Israel really gets a raw deal in the international media? Hands, let's see some hands. Wow, that's nearly unanimous. Other than one person, who is that? Is that Christiana Amanpour with CNN? No, I'm just kidding. She's not really there. She's probably in Tuesday Night Live in Ramallah with Assad and Jamal. You know, recently I learned, by the way, that Assad and Ari mean the same thing. They both mean lion, so I guess I have more in common with the Syrian dictator than I thought. You know, but when the world is coming against us and we want our leaders to stand up, what do we say? We all remember the statement, we are tired. We are tired of fighting, and we are tired of winning, and we are tired of being courageous. We are tired of being tired. We just want to nap. We will even give you 97% of our blanket. Just let us sleep. And the truth is, the man who said that, he can sleep. He can express his fatigue if he would like, but he does not speak for the Jewish people. That's why Jeremy and I have come together with our good friends at honestreporting.com to show you how crazy and wild the international media bias is against Israel, and what wonderful spokesman the average Jew on the street really is for Israel. So we want you to meet the streets of Jerusalem.
How do you explain that? All of these women and children, all these civilians killed.
Hezbollah has been firing rockets not only from the town of Kana, right next to that building, from all of that surrounding area for the last 2.5 weeks.
Some are saying that's not so, though. And what proof do you have that that is the case?
Israel has just kidnapped even more Palestinian politicians, cabinet ministers, members of parliament, and thousands of others held in Israeli dungeons, and this war will continue.
The camera captured the terror of the woman's young daughter and her brother's attempt to stop her from showing the soldiers her fear.
The fact that today Israel is being vilified in the world's media is not something new. But what are new are the methods being used to do this. With the advance of modern communications technology, the capturing, transmitting, and broadcasting of the news became more available, and the number of news outlets started to mushroom, along with the frequency and availability of their news reports. Technological advances have led to the commensurate decline in the standard of journalism, in both accuracy and integrity.
The worst case of media bias is when you have somebody out there who has a specific agenda against Israel and uses the media to forward that agenda.
The Palestinians on that day had deliberately play-acted scenes for the cameras. We know that that's the case for other scenes, for other incidents and injuries, because we got film provided by Reuters of Palestinians being carried into ambulances looking like they were seriously injured, and then a couple of minutes later they got out of the ambulance again and started laughing and so on.
We call these the big lies. They're instances of cases where the action never happened or is exaggerated, such as the Jenin massacre or the Al-Dura case, where what the media reported simply wasn't true. After being hit by thousands and thousands of rockets, the state of Israel decided to reduce the amount of diesel fuel that was going into Gaza, to their generator in Gaza City. This represented less than 25% of Gaza's electrical needs. Yet, we see at 8 o'clock in the evening on prime time on Al Jazeera, all of a sudden all the lights in Gaza City go out at once, and hundreds of thousands of Palestinians are out in the street holding candles. It was obviously a photo op, but the media bought it up. We have BBC and the New York Times and CNN and all these others reporting about the Israeli collective punishment of the Palestinians, as if these cutbacks caused that outage. The outage was caused by Hamas. We even have a picture of the Hamas parliament that is meeting, and they have to meet with candles. They have candles on all the desks. But you can see in the background that the meeting took place in the afternoon. There's bright sunshine outside, and they had to put curtains up over all the windows so that you could see the candles on their desks.
We have this cartoon of Ariel Sharon eating a baby. This actually won an award for Best Cartoon in a competition. It was obvious to many people that there was a lot of anti-Semitic imagery involved. Well, the cartoonist says that this was never his intention, and he copied the idea from, I believe, a Goya painting. The fact that Jews killing babies is something that goes back to medieval times is impossible to ignore, and many protests were raised.
Journey's End.
Years ago, people got their news once a day. everybody would listen, whether it was on the radio or a television broadcast. Once a day, they'd hear the news, which means if you are a media company, you have many hours to put that story together.
In recent years, things have moved on from newspapers in print. The internet and the web have become the main means of disseminating information and disinformation as well.
Today, everybody's on the internet. People are looking at the news, especially breaking news, every couple of hours. People check the news many times a day. There's an explosion somewhere. The media runs out to cover it, and immediately somebody comes up to them and says, here's what's happened. So even if the story's wrong, there is so much pressure in the media business today to get it on the air, get it on the internet, publish, publish, publish. If we're wrong, we'll go back and we'll talk about that later.
Well, it looks like the cards are stacked against the Jewish people. It seems like there's no good news for the Jews. We're a country about the size of Long Island, surrounded by an ocean of 23 Arab countries that are hostile and want nothing more than our destruction. And yet, for some reason, international media portrays us as the aggressors and them as the underdogs. What can we do? What do you do with that? What can we do to fight back? And the only answer Ari and I have come up with is to show the world the real Israel and let the nation of Israel speak for themselves. So now, we want you to meet the street.
And now, Meet the Street with Ari and Jeremy.
The whole world is listening to you, and you have a chance to represent Israel. And you're saying, listen, this is what Israel means to me. What would you tell them?
Wow. What Israel means to me? I would say that Israel to me means a true nation of unity and brotherhood. It's not like the United States. There's still a lot of infighting in the United States, things like that. Still a lot of racial divisions. It's still very bizarre to see interracial couples and things like that. And in Israel, it's not bizarre. You see friends of different backgrounds all hanging out together and getting along together. There's not as much animosity.
You're standing in America during the Super Bowl, center field. Janet Jackson just does her thing. The Beastie Boys, the Hardy Boys, whoever they are, Backstreet Boys are doing their dances. And then the camera is on you. The world is all looking at you. What are you going to tell the world that they need to understand about Israel and the Jewish people?
Don't blame the Jews for the financial crisis, you know? Kind of worried that's going to happen.
The camera is on you. The entire world is watching. People are paying $5 million for every 30-second ad. It's the Super Bowl. You're on TV. You have a chance to speak to the entire world. What do you tell them the night of the Super Bowl?
What is Super Bowl?
What I would tell the world is that New Year's is coming. The blessings that reach this physical world come because of the neshama of the Jew. That when the neshama of the Jew is happy, and what makes the neshama of the Jew happy is Torah and mitzvot, doing what we're supposed to do in the land of Israel, then that brings blessing to the world, and that is why New Year in Birkat Konim, Yair means a new light. A light comes to this world. Rosh Hashanah is way before New Year's. We work real hard, those 3 months between Rosh Hashanah and New Year's, the light comes in, and the message is that you, the non-Jewish world, you're being blessed because of the work that the Jewish people did. And New Year's means you're receiving the new year. It's a new year, a new light. It came from us.
What is your message to the whole world from the Jewish people?
That the Jewish people have only one country and only one city, and Israel is the only country that we can be free on.
I think the world is still afraid when Jews stand up for ourselves, because we were in Galus and we would always run and hide or try to apologize to them, and we're here and we're not apologizing anymore. We're standing up for ourselves. I think the world gets scared of that.
My message would be that you can holler and you can whine and you can just criticize and be very negative to us, but at the end of the day, we've been here for a long time. We're going to be for a lot longer than you are, and we will stumble our way through to a much better tomorrow.
We have to stay strong. I mean, that the fact that we got a state building up like 6 years ago doesn't guarantee us freedom. You know, the fact that we have like a flag and the fact that we have a national anthem doesn't really give us freedom. We need to stand up, like each one and one of us, and you know, stand up in each day and fight about it.
What are your dreams for Israel? What is the ideal Israel that you moved here, you came here, you lived here, you had this vision? What was that vision that you had for Israel?
Vision? I don't know. I'd like a better public transit system, you know, really good trains. Maybe get paid more, cheaper electronic devices, and beer in a six-pack where it's actually worth it to buy it in a six-pack. Things like this.
Behind me is the backbone of the Jewish people. They are the future generation. They're here in Israel, strengthening themselves spiritually, learning Torah, connecting to God in ways that they never could have in the exile. If you had a chance to share with the world the beautiful sides of Israel, what would you want the world to see?
Tzvat. It's so spiritual. It's amazing. Everyone there is like, woo, earthy, like, go Israel. It's really nice. Everyone here is nice to each other.
What would your message be to all the Jewish people all over the world?
Come as fast as you can. Don't waste any time. This is the omen. All the things that are happening in the world has to do with Hashem is showing us. It's time to come to Israel. It's time to come to Jerusalem, the most beautiful city in the world.
Jerusalem is an ongoing spiritual seminar that everywhere you go in Jerusalem, people are looking for something soulful, and that this is a great place for people who are exploring their own spirituality to find it. I'd like them to realize the great kindness that exists here, and not to think of us always as the big bad Israeli. But most of all, I think I'd like the world to understand the narrative and the history of the Jewish people and why we really care about this place.
Jerusalem is love. So to be in love with Jerusalem, it's double love.
In Jerusalem you can expect love, and if you really believe in it, you get it.
I think Jerusalem is a very old city. There is many loves and wars that were in this city that were a cause of love to the city.
God's essential to our lives in Israel. If we didn't have our eternal connection to God, then we could just kind of shrug our shoulders and find a place that has a little less conflict. But I believe that we're connected to God in what we do and where we want our future and our children to be, and that we have an assignment, and that we have a hard time carrying it out, but we have that doesn't give us any excuse for not trying to carry it out.
If you love God, then you love Israel.
Without Israel, humanity itself, and not just the Jews, would be lost.
Humanity would be lost.
Correct.
Jews are back. We're back in our homeland, and we believe that we're going to be here forever. We've always been here, and we always will be here. And this is the only place where we can be the shining example to the world of how to really live in a land. We're turning this land green, and we want to show that to the rest of the world. We're teaching all of you how to stop the deserts from growing, how to turn the world green, how to live morally in the world, and we can do it by living here and living right.
Israel and the Jewish people is something that combined together more than 2,000 years. Jerusalem, it's our city, even by God. We are the chosen people. And if we're looking about it in a different way, not a religious way, this is the place we choose to live on. This is the place I want to raise my kids. This is where I feel good. This is my home. And we're going nowhere, never.
When you guys see each other in the street, you haven't seen each other for, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes, you shriek really loud. Oh, you're so happy to see each other. The louder you shriek, all of you together, the more you love Israel.
We have a right to be here, and we have a right to exist. And we're here, we're home. This has been our home for thousands of years. This is what we've wanted for thousands of years. And here we are, and we're staying.
Before I came to Israel and came to Judaism, I spent a lot of time with American Indians, and at some point they said to me, "You're Jewish? You guys actually won your homeland back. What are you doing here and talking to us?" So, okay. I decided to come visit.
Right now you guys are having a debate, a discussion, you know, 2 Jews, 3 opinions, but the bottom line is, as Jews in Israel, we all love each other. You love each other.
Slowly, I'm not American, slowly.
Do you love this man?
Yeah.
Do you love him?
I love him, but he loves every Jewish, but all the... He decide, and I what I decide. And I understand him, and I can to speak with him.
You see, Israel has a problem with its PR because sometimes we say what we don't really mean. And if you scratch underneath the surface, that prickly cover of the sabra, you'll find a really sweet fruit on the inside. And that's the real Israel we want the world to see. The fruit that's delicious, that's soft, that's sweet. That's the real Israel.
I'm from Toronto.
Toronto. What? This is a pretty Zionistic community, but...
I'm not very Zionistic.
Oh, we'll cut that out. Okay, so... Why are you such a...
I supposed to be on camera?
Why are you such a Zionist?
I'm not.
Is it because Jewish is like the Jewish homeland?
Yes.
It's because God's presence is always in Israel.
Yes.
It's because it's Dalet Amod. Every step you take is a mitzvah.
Pure Kedusha, yes, 100%. This is one of the only three mitzvahs you could do with your full body, and I'm here and I'm doing it.
So you are a real Zionist.
100%.
I don't love Israel so much.
Why do you love Israel so much then?
No, I don't like it so much.
Is it the food?
The food is great, yes.
So you're saying you love Israel so much because of the food. Is it also the people?
The people is the main factor.
Wonderful. So you're saying you love the people and the food. Do you love the spirit of Israel? Oh, I love it. You love the spirit of Israel as well. Do you also love the weather?
Yeah, the weather is great.
The weather. So you love the weather, the people, the food, the spirit. Do you love also your family?
I love my family very much.
And your friends in Israel?
Yeah.
So if you then would have to express your love for Israel from 1 to 1,000, what number would it be?
1001.
Did you see that? You just scratch under the surface and they love it. Do you speak English? No. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. I see that you do. Why do you love Israel? Do you love shawarma? Do you love falafel?
Yes.
Do you love tzahal?
Yes.
Do you love Israel?
Yes.
Jerusalem?
Yes.
Do you love Haifa?
Yes.
Tel Aviv?
Yes.
Eilat?
Yes.
Do you love your Abba?
Yes.
Your Imam?
Yes.
Do you love your friend?
Yes.
So you would say that you love everything that has to do with Israel?
Yes.
Amen.
Why are you covering your face?
Because in this country, you don't know how they're cutting the film. You don't know what they're doing.
They're cutting their film.
They're cutting their film. They're cutting their film. They're cutting their film.
Voulez-vous croissant? Pourquoi pas? Oui.
Oui?
Oui.
Chevrolet?
Oui.
Soupe de jour?
מה?
Soupe de jour.
לא יודע מה זה, מה?
Are you from Ireland?
No,
Scotland.
Manchester.
Wales.
Manchester.
South Africa.
Manchester.
Australia.
United. Manchester.
Are you Jewish?
Ken.
How does it feel like to be ingathering yourself from the exile to the land of Israel from literally, what do we say, Australia, South Africa, England, Manchester, and Wales?
Do you speak English?
Yes. What if I were to offer you now a Jaguar to move to Israel? Would you do it?
No, because I have one.
The good life in England. The whole world thinks that the Jewish people are very short. What do you say to that? We're not short. Tell them.
No, I'm not short.
Right? You're not short.
I'm big.
No,
I'm short.
You're Jewish?
Yes.
Are you proud?
I am, yes.
You're like a proud, big Jew. Why are you so proud to be Jewish?
Because I'm Jewish and I'm proud.
Can you tell them that there are not only small Jews in the world?
I am big, I am tall, and I am Jewish, and I am proud. Thank you.
So let's say you were standing in front of the entire world on the platform in the middle of the United Nations, and you could sing them all a song about the Jewish people. What would you say?
No, I'm working on a song about, I'm working on $1 million song right now. We're mastering it. It's called John's Dream, and it has Obama in it and Martin Luther King. I'd like to sing a song about a man named John whose memory lives on and on and on. And long ago when he was growing into man, he said, I want to hold your hand. And all you need is love, Michelle, and yesterday. And why you've gone, John, we don't know, you wouldn't say. But strawberry fields are on the road to paradise for a nowhere man with kaleidoscope eyes. That's you, John.
So you play the drums.
So we wish you all of joy's eternity as you sing for freedom for humanity. May your dream of peace on earth shine on all of mankind.
Joining us this month is Sinai Tor as our musical guest. He's a spiritual force within himself here in Israel. His music is an expression, what I think of as the authentic Jewish spirit when we return to the land of Israel. He used to live in a paradise right outside of Hebron, a wood home that he built by himself. His wife and his 4 children lived in there until his home was destroyed. Tonight, all of us have gathered together to show support to Sinai Tor. Not that he needs it. When I first heard that his home was destroyed, I went on the internet, clicked on the news, and I saw a clip of Sinai standing on the rubbles of his home saying, Gam ze letova, Gam ze letova. He's a tzaddik. His whole house was ruined, and all he could say is, this too is for the best. Everything is in Hashem's hands. So we have the honor of having Sinai Tor with us tonight.
Hi people. Hello from Eretz HaKodesh.
Join us next week as we have the former Israeli ambassador to the United States, Donnie Ayalon, with us. It's going to be a wonderful evening, understanding the essence of Hasbara. Shalom from Jerusalem.
הריני מזמנת פי להודות ולהלל, להודות ולהלל ולשבח את בורי. הריני מזמנת פי להודות ולהלל, להודות ולהלל ולשבח את בורי. לשם ייחוד קודשא בריחו ושכינתה, לשם ייחוד קודשא בריחו ושכינתה. לחבר שמיים וארץ, קדוש ברוך הוא, ועם האדמה ארץ ישראל יפה קדושה. לשם ייחוד קודשא בריחו ושכינתה, לשם ייחוד קודשא בריחו ושכינתה. על ידי ההוא תמיר ונעלם, ההוא תמיר ונעלם בשם כל ישראל. על ידי ההוא תמיר ונעלם, ההוא תמיר ונעלם בשם כל ישראל. על ידי ההוא תמיר ונעלם, ההוא תמיר ונעלם בשם כל ישראל. על ידי ההוא תמיר ונעלם, ההוא תמיר ונעלם בשם כל ישראל. כל המחשבות, כל ההרגשות, כל הדיבורים, כל הרצונות, כל התמונות, כל המפגשים של הנשמות וכל העולם כולו, כל מי שהגיע לכאן הערב, כל מי שצופה בנו, כל רחבי העולם. הנה אנחנו מכאן ירושלים מהקודש משליכים אליך כל תנועה וזיעה רק אליך ריבונו של עולם. קח הכל ועשה מזה אבנים יקרות שישבו למעלה על הכתר שלך, וחבר שמיים וארץ, וחבר עם האדמה ואבא שמיים, שהכל יהיה לשם ייחוד קודשא בריחו ושכינתה. לשם ייחוד קודשא בריחו ושכינתה, לשם ייחוד קודשא בריחו ושכינתה. על ידי ההוא תמיר ונעלם, ההוא תמיר ונעלם בשם כל ישראל. על ידי ההוא תמיר ונעלם, ההוא תמיר ונעלם בשם כל ישראל. על ידי ההוא תמיר ונעלם, ההוא תמיר ונעלם בשם כל ישראל. על ידי ההוא תמיר ונעלם, ההוא תמיר ונעלם בשם כל ישראל.